next time when I bring people I try to bring some chef to different parts of the world,
Yeah.
like Vietnam, Thailand, and Philippines, to learn local food. So a lot of time I hook up with the hotel or cooking school. I would have cooking class in different places, and after that we travel to different parts, and then also explore the food. So basically, what I've been doing is, um, I like you know, I always consider myself as a Asian uh, culinary and culture ambassador to
Yeah, yeah.
promote and introduce Asian culture, Asian heritage, and Asian cuisine to the rest of the world.
Any tips on that? Because that's one of my questions. Because I want to like be a cultural ambassador of Filipino
Yeah,
food
yeah.
and culture. Any learnings like how the best way to market it to
I'll give you an
the Western
example.
world? Yeah.
It bears an example. I don't know whether you know in Malaysia there's Chef One, WAN1.
I
Check
heard.
check
Yeah.
his his website. He is a culinary ambassador of Malaysia, and another gentleman that I know is a cultural and culinary ambassador of Singapore, Violet Ong, and they are all writers as well as chefs. Chef One is a graduate from California Culinary Academy in San Francisco. And so the idea is to hook up with the tourism board and or tourist the largest tour operator. That's the because they have the power and the resource to do it. You don't want to hook up with a husband and wife team. You want to hook up with the largest. Like in Hong Kong, there's a Hong Thai. There's a Hong Thai, Kang Thai. They're very very big, and they do a lot of gourmet tours. So you hook up with these people when they have people come, you can organize something with the local or restaurant, the local, and do cooking demonstration and do all kind of things. And this is how you increase your own exposure, your brand. At the same time, you can do a lot more things that you would not otherwise be able to do. So to hook up with the tourism board, so they can help you, even though they may not necessarily be able to support you in financing, in money, but at least they can give you a lot more exposure because they have to print a lot of things. So you can be the cultural and the culinary ambassador for Philippines. So there are things that they print it out and put in the airport to give it to all the tourists. Then you can write about, you can talk about the food and this and that. So this is how you hook up with government agency because you cannot do everything on your own. It's
In America, who's the biggest like gourmet operator?
In America, they are AAA. In fact, I signed up with AAA. AAA have 22 million members,
Wow.
and they travel all over the world. They have their people, and also because that's the largest.
That's the largest.
The largest travel company. Now, of course, American Express also huge.
Okay.
American Express also very big worldwide. So you must hook up with somebody, and hook up with the tourism board, and hook up with a local hotel that have a big banquet kitchen. They're willing to promote themselves as well as promote the cuisine and the culture of Philippines. So you have hook up. You have a chain. You have all these partnership. Then you have all of these partnership. When you come in, you can do all it together and all complementary. So it's all win-win. When they come, they have to stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
Then you use the facility and use the chef, so you don't have to pay the staff.
Of course, yeah.
I do the same thing in
You
China.
do. Ah, really? Okay.
When I go to Singapore and when I go to different places, when I go to Vietnam, when I go to Bangkok Oriental, I work with Bangkok Peninsula or Mandarin, Bangkok Mandarin. So we use the kitchen. They have a cooking school, and then we use the facility. And this way, I don't have to invest anything. We have to find a place to stay anyway.
Yeah.
So it's good for them. It's good for you.
Okay.
We cross promote each other.
Yeah. And what do you think? Because Filipino, as you said, Filipino food is the first fusion cuisine. Is that correct?
Yeah. And also when you introduce cuisine to
how do you
people,
introduce it?
always pick a few things that you know that everybody like first. Introduce those first. Then you tell me, hey, we also have other things. Boom, 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 boom. Don't try to introduce them something very exotic in the very beginning.
It
Like
wouldn't work.
Cantonese cuisine, they won't use them eat bugs and birds' tongues and duck tongues and chicken feet. They will scare. You're going to turn everybody away. So you start with things that universal, the things that people will enjoy. You know that they will enjoy. Start slow.
What's the strongest thing about Filipino food that do you think would resonate in the global?
I think you must talk about the Filipino food is the melting pot, like a pot cooking.
But isn't that not unique to Philippines or?
Well, but Philippine is
in the world.
Philippines. There's a lot of Filipino around the world, and you're using that as just like China. They have a lot of people traveling all over the world, and they bring the cuisine of China to all over the world, India, everywhere, anywhere there's people, there's Chinese, a Chinese restaurant. But anywhere there's Filipino, there may not be a Filipino restaurant. So I think Filipino are not as much an immigrant as the Chinese. The Chinese are immigrants all over the world. And Filipino, very leisurely, and you got very content, and you're always happy. And a lot of time you don't necessarily go out to work. If you do go out to work, and then you normally when you make enough money, you come back. So it's very different. And for the Chinese, they just move. They move to North America. They just move. They just settle down. They just migrate.
But what do you like about Filipino food
As I said, I like the Filipino food because being a Chinese, there's a lot of Chinese flavor profile. But at the same time, there's also have a lot of Spanish influence and other influence, and that in terms of cuisine is good because of diversity and variety. You don't want to eat the same thing all the time. You got different things. So I think variety is definitely always the spice of life.
And last question, we're aspiring, we're just starting in our culinary journey. Any advice to the readers and to us?
Well, when you go out to eat, keep an open mind. Be adventurous, and don't be so picky. And if you're not familiar with that particular cuisine, what you can do is pick one that you know for surefire that you like it. But also, each time you go out to eat, always order one or two dishes that are less familiar, something new. So if you like it, then incorporate in your menu next time when you go out to eat. Otherwise, just move on to another item on the same menu. So if you are not being adventurous, you always will be eating the same thing. You're not able to really explore the great cuisine of that particular country.
Thank you. With that, thank you so much. I learned a lot, and yeah.